Hi everybody, it's Bakeway. I'm going to give you some tips on how to succeed in online classes. Now, I actually graduated high school a little over a month ago on December 10th. Now, I know most school districts have switched to online since last March due to COVID. However, I have done online classes for most of my high school career. When I was new to it, I will admit that it could get quite difficult, and I even needed extensions for some classes, unfortunately. I was enrolled in the self-study program known as FLVS, which stands for Florida Virtual School, and it shares its course content with a few other states. It runs in a self-paced manner where you read lessons and then do corresponded projects for the lesson. There is pretty much no teacher interaction whatsoever. Now, I know a lot of school districts have their own structured virtual classes with lots of virtual meetings and taught in a group manner. Mine didn't have a lot of that, so a lot of these tips may not be fully conducive due to that. Tip 1, make a schedule. Now, I know a lot of students have inconsistent schedules, hence why some chose this route for more flexibility. So if you can't make a weekly planner or something like that, then try and do it day by day. You can make a to-do list instead of a schedule based on your pace and what you have going on that day. My course provided a syllabus showing you how long it took to complete each assignment approximately. Of course, everyone is different, but the syllabus should still give you a good idea of how long it should take to complete an assignment. So if you can look at the syllabus, great. Another way you can get a good idea of how long it could take to complete an assignment is to simply skim through the lessons. Skimming through it before actually reading it better also helps you retain the information better. You can do that, but there is also another way you can do it, and I like this method. And I learned this one from Ron White. I'll put his link in the description to give credit to him, but I still thought it would be fair to share this one. This is referred to as a method of speed reading, running your finger under the text to give you a good grasp of the information while quickly going over the information at the same time. This gives you a good idea of how long it'll take to complete the assignment, and as a bonus, it'll help you retain more of the information once you actually read it for yourself. Tip, skimming to get a feel of the information and then actually reading it the next day helps you remember more of the information anyway. So once you get a good idea of how long the assignments are going to take, make a to-do list for the following day based on how long the assignments are and how much you have going on during that day. The next tip will be to take notes. Now, I know they say that it's best to take notes by hand. Science says taking notes by hand helps you better make sense of and retain the information. However, as someone who also deals with ADHD, I find the process of taking notes by hands takes way longer. Therefore, it leaves more room for my mind to wander, making the note-taking process less efficient. So I would usually take notes with my iPad or laptop. I can type way faster than I can physically write, so this leaves less of a chance for my mind to wander while I'm taking notes. Try to have structure in your notes. So definitely jot down the course, lesson, topic, and subtopic. Definitely don't get carried away with the note-taking, though. I would say a good rule of thumb is to try and have about one sentence of note per every paragraph that is read or spoken. Personally, I don't think one method of note-taking is necessarily better than the other, so if you're someone who prefers to take notes by hand and that works for you, then good. Kudos to you. Now, if you're someone who prefers to type them and that works for you, great, then do that. Now, tip number 3, don't procrastinate. This is way easier said than done, but my gosh, procrastination is the worst thing you can do as an online student. It definitely strongly corresponds to the schedule tip. It is so stressful to have to cram because you put it all off. Plus, it's not a good way to learn the material. So try to keep a consistent pace, and also that also leaves more time to review your well-written notes. Tip 4, have a structured work area. An arranged area in my basement for my work. It has the least distractions, plus I had designated spots for all of my work materials. Working in a talkative area with lots of unpredictable commotion, or near a television. Now, as with music, I have found that certain types of music can help me focus. Particularly lyricless music, so maybe try classical or piano that doesn't have lyrics. An environment with noise isn't necessarily distracting. The complexity of the noise matters too. The work environment can change from time to time, but try to have some consistency in defining features of your work environment. This will help train your brain to be in work mode when it's time to work. Tip number 5, make the best of your review time. Now, as an online student, especially in a self-paced form, you are probably not going to have ordered review days like you would in a typical school setting, so you're kind of going to have to make your own. This is when taking good notes will come in. I recommend reviewing 10 minutes a day per subject. Reviewing consistently over a long period of time really is helpful and adds up, especially when you're heading near final exams. So make use of your resources. I find using Quizlet to be helpful. Reviewing a little bit over a long period of time definitely is a heck of a lot better than cramming just before. So that's it for now. I hope you found my tips helpful. Definitely don't hesitate to help give me some ideas, and definitely give me some tips, because I'm definitely completely new to this YouTube thing and I have a lot to learn.